In this beer clipper video, we're going to have a learning game of What a Cowboy. And what a lot of mistakes we made, but what a lot of fun was had. So I really hope you enjoy this video. So as I say, we did make a lot of mistakes, a couple that we are aware of, so please don't go smashing that keyboard and leaving lots of comments about the fact that we did the result of being shot incorrectly for the first 5 turns, which is basically most of the game. I've also found out that we potentially did reloading incorrectly. It would be good to have clarification below if someone knows very much about that. Do hammer that keyboard on that one. But anything else you see we've done wrong, don't be shy. We do want to learn the game, so do let us know if there's any mistakes. Having said that, we had such a great time. We are very much looking forward to playing it again. When Steve comes to visit me, we're definitely going to do a campaign, and I will try to record that and bring that to the channel as well. And I'm going to try and persuade Angela to also join in and play this game. It's brilliant. So if you don't have this game, watch this video and then go and buy it and have a lot of fun with it. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's get over to Steve's house, and hopefully you really enjoy the video. Here we have the table. We've placed all of our, or every single house building that I brought, which I thought I was going to have way too much, but I probably should have brought more. So we rolled randomly on the scenarios, and we've come up with scenario 5, Scorched Earth. And then we rolled, and Steve is the attacker and I'm the defender, and he is attempting to take out the Orange Peel Saloon, the filthy beggar, trying to burn our drinking establishment down. So basically what that means is that I can deploy along these, come along these edges and have up to half of my troops or my figures in the target building. Yeah. And Steve is going to come on over here at this corner, and we'll be attempting to get over and burn the Orange Peel Saloon to the ground. The winning condition is the saloon is on fire, or one of us cuts and runs. Fails a ride and die test. So this is the first time that I've played this, first time that you've even known about the existence of the game, isn't it, Steve? Yeah. So hopefully we don't get many things wrong, but if we do, please do feel free to correct us in the comments, because I'm not pretending to be an expert at this game, but I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to try to record it all, move the camera around a bit to try and get close-ups on some of the action and capture some of our banter, and hopefully capture as much of the actual gameplay as we can, because as I say, first ever attempted it, so it'd be nice to see, to capture that and see what mistakes we made. You can probably see just over there, this is where we've got all of our stuff set up. So we've distributed our bonanza tokens, we've distributed our action dice, and also our ammo. So what we'll do now is we'll introduce our gangs, and then we will get on with the game. Right, here we are. So I've rolled up these, we rolled these randomly. So first up, my leader is Stanislav Big Dawg Kaminsky. He is a gunslinger and a woodsman, which is going to be a little bit useful, but not that useful in a city setting. And he is a bounty hunter. So his sidekick is Twitchy Eliza Harris, who is a shootist, gun for hire, and she has the quick draw skill and is armed with a Colt 45. Sorry, so Stanislav was as well. We then have Harry Six-Shot Mackenzie, who's a greenhorn cowhand with no special skills, who is dressed very sharply because he thinks he's all that, but he's probably going to die because, yeah, he's a young shooter, attempted gunslinger who really isn't a gunslinger. So he has a Colt. And then my final one is Stone-Faced Bob, who is slow and is only armed with a knife. So this is the gang, or the people who are going to be attempting to protect the Orange Peel Saloon. Let's see the dirty, downright scoundrels who are coming into town and attempting to cause trouble on Big Dawg's territory.
My gang is led by Tex Two Gun Malone, a bounty hunter of great renown. Following him up and learning the trade is Chaparral Jack. He's a shootist and all-round good guy. Unlike Bill Younger, a shootist of dubious character.
The best kind of Western character, the dubious, yes, the more dubious the better, the dubiouser.
Yeah, too much time in the saloon.
So we've got 4 on the defence, 3 on the attack. and yeah, let's see what happens. I'll do also in a second. I'll just do a quick run through all of the terrain and show you what it looks like a bit close up. Right, so here's the corner where the attackers are going to come. What was the name of your crew? You actually had a gang name, didn't you? I can't remember. You came up with it last night. Can you remember?
Oh, Malone Boys, I think.
Pardon?
The Malone Boys.
The Malone Boys, that's it. So that's where the Malone Boys are going to enter town. And over in the back corner, that there is the Orange Peel Saloon. We've got the Slinger, the local strip club, directly opposite the county jail in the most traditional of ways, and in front of the bank so that people can get some money and then go in there and have some fun. We have a barber's, a general store and a mercantile store. We have a steel, like a blacksmith's, some dry goods, and various other bits and pieces going on. That's the county jail. Yeah, here's the this is a building that we're going to need a lot of. This is the Undertakers. So yeah, it's a pretty cool looking table, if I say so myself. Pretty pleased with how that's worked out, and I'm very happy that I brought 2 boxfuls of buildings, because it would have been a bit sparse without all this. I think it's quite nice. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to now see who goes first and get the first turn on the go. So I'll put the camera on the tripod, point it down somewhere, and we will start drawing some cards and playing some games. So good luck, Steve. Good game.
Yes, good game.
Good game, and may the best or worst man win, whichever.
Yeah, you die, you varmint.
So, turn 1. We have our game deck. We have assigned our characters.
Yeah.
I need to put at least 2 of mine on the table. I'm going to put Stoneface Bob and Harry Sixshot Mackenzie, and they are going to be hanging around on the balcony of the saloon, having just, if you open this up, there are beds in here, so they've just woken up. They've heard that there might be trouble, and they have just woken up and come out onto the balcony. So that's where they're going to start. So let's draw the first card and see who gets to move first. It is Black 4, which is Stone-Faced Bob. So okay. Stone-Faced Bob is going to roll his action dice, and I get 3 moves, a 3 and 2 4s. So let's just remind ourselves what that means, and then we'll come back with his move. So that's a bit of a rubbish roll really for Stone-Faced Bob, because he's slow. So that means that of these 3 move dice, he can only actually ever take advantage of 2. So one of them gets discarded. He has an aim and 2 shoots, but he doesn't have a gun. So yeah, so basically he's just going to look to come down the stairs, and the stairs are at the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll those 2 dice and see how far he goes. I've rolled 7 inches. So do we have a tape measure anywhere? Or I'll just move his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he is halfway down the stairs at the back. Right, so let's draw the next card and see who goes next. We've done Stone-Faced Bob. Then will come at me. It's Twitchy Eliza Harris. Now Twitchy can come on the board from back here. So she is going to come on from here, just behind the orange peel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my dice and see what we've got. A 1, a 3, a 4, 2 6s, and a 4. So we'll have a quick look at what we could do with that, and I'll bring you back for the movement. Alright, so out of that I have 1 move that's useful, and the 2 6s. The 2 6s can be turned into move dice, so that means I can have my first move dice, I roll 2, and then I can have 2 extra dice. So what it means is I can roll 4 move dice, basically. Yeah. That's how I understand it. So we'll get 4 dice, the rest of them are no point. And what we're going to do, what we're going to aim to do, is I want to get up behind this little kind of barrier here. That's where I'm aiming for, I think. Actually, no, I'm going to aim to get across the street to behind the strip club. So I got 12, 17, 18. So yeah, I've got plenty to get to where I was aiming for. So Twitchy is tucked in just behind the strip club and will hopefully be able to help, assist, hold off these nasty invaders. Okay, right, we're going to see who goes next. Hey, so 2 of hearts. So who's that, Steve?
It's Chaparral Jack.
Right, do you want to roll your action dice?
That's these, isn't it?
Yeah. So what have you got?
So I've got 1 move,
Yeah.
2 aims, reload.
Shoot or reload.
Yeah.
Shoot or reload, 4 and 5s to both.
Oh, right, okay.
And then the ace is high, the wild card, the 6,
Yeah,
which could be
okay.
anything.
Well, I'm gonna
right,
make that.
so we'll have a look at what you're going to do, and we'll come back and watch the move. So you've taken your 6 and turned it into a move, which gives you 3 dice, as you say, and so you've got 12
inches.
12 inches, 30 centimetres.
30 centimetres. As near as.
Right in the middle of town.
Yep.
There they come. Right, let's see who gets to move next.
So next is, me again.
You again, who is it?
This is Bill Younger.
Bill the Younger.
Yeah.
Right, so do you want to throw his dice? And shout out what you've got.
I've got 3 2s. Oh, I've left one behind. 2 4s and a 6.
Okay, so let's have a quick look at that and see what you're going to do. Right, so you've had a look at that. What have you decided?
Right, so I'm going to move.
That's taking the 6 and turning that into a one move dice. Yep.
Isn't it 2 dice?
Yeah, 1 move dice, which gives you 2.
Yeah. Okay. Give me 5 inches.
So you're going to move 5 inches.
Which ain't a lot.
Is it going to be enough?
Not really.
No. That means your spots are going to go to waste.
Yeah.
No, mind. So he's tucked in.
Yep.
Behind the water tower. Right, next player.
Next is
is your big boy.
My big. It's Tex.
Tex. Right, let's get those dice throwed.
Ooh.
Shout out.
2 1s, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5.
Excellent. Let's have a look at that and decide what we're going to do. Right, so what are you going to do?
So I've got a move dice, which gives me 2. So, only.
Well, we've got only 4 inches. Oh, he's not very keen. He's slow.
Sauntering up the street.
Yeah, he's with his 2 guns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
looking mean.
Cool. Right, so that's you there. So we'll just.
Can he? No, I need 2.
You'd need at least or 3 now because you've got more terrain in the way.
Right.
So yeah, that one spot isn't going to help.
And
you're way out of range anyway, so it's probably doesn't matter. Right, let's have a look and see who goes next.
Ace. That's
is it
Big Dawg, isn't it?
Big Dawg.
Yeah.
Right, so Big Dawg is off the table at the moment. So I'm going to go and roll his dice. I'm going to go and put him on the edge of the table where he's going to come in, and then I'll roll his dice. So let's see what happens. Right, so he is coming on the table up this road here, having heard about the disturbance, and I'm now going to roll his action dice. So we get a 6, 2 3s, a 1, a 4 and a 5. So pretty much the 2 3s and the 4 and the 5 are totally irrelevant. And as per what I'm going to do is going to use 1 movement dice and then turn the 6 into a 2nd movement dice. So I will get 3 dice. Oh, what a catch. So I got 9, 10, 11. So if you got that, that's going to be 27 centimetres.
Yeah.
We're just going to go straight across, like that.
Okay.
There we are. So that leaves 1 more card to play, which is 6-shot Mackenzie. So I'll leave the shot rolling because he is the guy here, so he is in shot. So what we'll do is we'll roll his action dice and see what he does, and then we will have done round 1. So I've got a 1 and lots of other totally pointless dice I don't want. 5, 5, 4, 2, 2. So I'm just going to roll 2 dice and I'm going to follow down the back stairs. And I get a 7. So I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he gets to the top of the stairs, and that there is the end of round 1. So we will reshuffle our action cards and come back for round 2. Right, so the beginning of round 2, Steve, do you want to turn the first card?
Oh, big dog again.
Big dog. Right, well, let's get his dice out and do some rolling and do some moving. Right, as I just sang off camera, who's the dog? That is exactly who this is. This is the big dog. Right, so let's roll his dice. Excellent. 2 1s, and then a 6 and a 3 and a 3 and a 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that into a move as well, and I'm going to aim to get up alongside Twitchy.
Right.
So that's my aim. So I need to roll not 3 1s, please. Yeah, that's plenty, isn't it? 9, 10. Yeah. So he has tucked in and has said, "Howdy, girlie." I should have called her Beth, shouldn't I, really?
Yeah,
Never mind. Should have done. Right, so that's going to be Big Dog's move. So let's pick the next card and see what it is. Right, so who's next, Bob?
Next is 3.
So it's this guy, Harry Six-Shot Mackenzie. How could I forget Six-Shot's name? So we're going to roll his dice, and we get 1 6. We get a whole load of spots, but they're totally pointless. And we get a 3, which is an aim, isn't it? So I'm just going to change that to a 1 and roll that as a move. I hope we're doing this right. And I get to go 4 inches, which is basically just going to put me at the bottom of the stairs. So that is Harry's turn out the way. So I'll place those dice, and then we will get the next card turned.
It's Bill Younger.
Bill the Younger, right. Let's see what Bill the Younger rolls. So what have you got? Yell out.
2 1s, a 2, a 3, and 2 5s.
Right, we'll have a look at that and come back to you with when we do the move. So you're going to do 2 movement dice.
Yeah.
Let's go. So that obviously means you get to roll 3.
7.
So 7 inches. And I've stolen the measure, it's over there. So far, this is feeling very quick to play, isn't it? I mean,
so far,
I mean, me having to run around moving the camera and what have you is adding time. But even with that, it's not so bad. So he's tucked in there.
Yep.
Heading towards the barber's. He wants to have a haircut.
Peering around the corner.
Yeah, going to make himself look a bit nicer. Right, so shall we see who is going to be next on the table?
Is, Tex, Two Guns.
Two Guns, who is sauntering up the high street, I believe.
Yes.
So let's see what he gets with his...
Nobody saunters like Tex.
So I just realised that we missed a little bit of the rule. Because Two Guns is a gunslinger, he can change one of the other dice as well, not just the 6. So Steve's got 3 moves, a spot and a shoot and a 6. So you can turn that into 5 move dice, I believe.
Right, we're going to change that one to a move.
Yep.
And 6 into another
spot. Okay, cool. So that means that you will get
5 dice.
5 dice. Yep, for move. So let's see what that goes to.
6, 12, 13, 14.
So 14 inches. So let's see where that gets you to. In at the edge of the blacksmiths.
Yeah.
And are you going to try and do a spot?
Yeah. So
right, well, let's have a quick look at that. 1 second. So here is Two Guns. And at the far end, there is Twitchy. So you have, I believe, that means that you have spotted her because it's over 12 inches. So that's 1 dice. Yeah. And she's in cover. So that's 2 dice. I don't think, I'm not sure, I'll have a quick look at the rules. I don't think that you have to roll to spot, but we'll just go and have a quick look. But you've definitely got enough dice to try and spot her. So let's see if you have to roll anything or not. Right, so we've worked out and determined that Twitchy has been spotted by Two Guns. However, when Twitchy moves, then she'll be unspotted.
Right.
So well done. Right, who goes next?
That will be...
Twitchy.
Is it Twitchy?
Yep. Yep,
Yeah.
2 is Twitchy. Right, let me get her dice, do some rolling and see where she's going to go. Alright, so Twitchy, here she is. Let's see what she can do. So she has 2 6s, 2 5s and a 4 and a 1. Now, I can turn that into 2 spots and I can fire 3 shots at you and I can turn, she is a shootist so I can't change an extra one.
Right.
And then I can move back out of cover into cover. So I can spot you with 2 dice. I'm going to turn those 2 dice into 2s.
Yeah.
So 1 is for the distance and 1 is for the cover you're in.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to roll 3 dice. Going to go,
For shooting.
yes. Let me just double check how that works in terms of shooting.
Yeah.
And we will be back. So we've just had a look and I'm going to fire 3 times. I am shooting with a with my Colt 45 at long range. So that means I have -1. So I need to roll a 6 to get a hit. Let's do it. Go.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. So she has used 3 ammos and missed entirely, and she is going to use the 1 to tuck herself back out of sight. So
Twitchy finger.
that twitchy finger, yeah. So she is no longer been spotted by you. So I'm going to see if there's anything else that needs to be done in terms of whether you have to take any, because I've shot towards you. And we'll have a quick another look at the rules. Sorry, this is our first time playing, and we're not very smooth. And then we'll come back when we've worked out if there's anything else, or if we're just going to move on to the next player. Okay, so who's coming up next?
The last move is Chaparral Jack.
Chaperone Jack.
Okay.
Now, is he the one who's in the middle of the
Road, yeah.
road here? Right, let's see what he gets for his action. So what have you got?
So I've got 1 1, 2 2s, 2 4s and a 6.
Right, well let's have a little look at that and we'll come back when we get to the move. Right, so converted the 6 into a move, so you're going to roll 3 move dice and see how far up this road you can get.
Ooh, 12, 14.
Now, whereabouts are you going to go? Are you splitting up? Is that your cunning plan? Oh, look at him going along behind the that's going to be his home soon, the gallows. That's where he deserves to be. Cool. And we were missing a card, so the next one is going to be Stoneface Bob. So I will get his action dice and we will roll them and see where Slow Bob goes to. Right, so Stoneface Bob, Slow Bob is coming down the back stairs over here, so let's see what he gets. He gets 2 6s, 2 5s and 2 2s. So we're just going to discard those and I'm going to roll 2 movement dice because you can only ever use 2. So I'm going to turn one of those into a move and he goes 3 inches. He is living up to his name. He has got to the bottom of the stairs and he has just about overtaken Harry 6-shot Mackenzie. But yeah, he's not making a very fast progress towards the fight.
He's limping.
He's limping. So we will turn the dice over, reshuffle those cards and come back to you with turn 3. Right, so here we are. Round 3. Who's going to go first?
You got some dice.
I need to. Oh dear, look at me not policing my dice. Very bad, man. Right, so who's going to go first?
Right, first move is Chaparral Jack.
Chaparral Jack. Right, let's get some of his dice rolled and see
what we've got.
See what we've got.
He's over here. Oh gosh.
So what have you got?
1 1, 1 4 and 4 5s.
Wow. Right, so we'll have a look at that and decide what we're going to do. So 2 dice to move, everything else is being discarded.
Oh, 12.
Yeah,
It's a little known fact that Chaparral Jack was an Olympic sprinter.
He certainly has missed his calling. He is making tracks around the corner here, isn't he? He's doing all right. Is he the one with the matches by any chance?
Might be.
Going to pin me down with the other 2 and send him round the back. 30 centimetres. Yeah, can you get across over to the sheriff?
Which one's the sheriff?
This one that you're going towards.
Oh, right, the county jail.
Yeah, county jail and sheriff. Or is he going to come for the strip club? So the cool thing is all these buildings obviously you can go inside of, so he could even go in through the front door without any problem. That's not a barrier. So he's tucked himself in by the slinger.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, good move. Right, let's see who's going to go next. Okay.
Right, next
go,
one.
Go, go.
Oh, it's the dog.
I'm the dog.
Yeah.
Right, let's get some dice out and roll those dice and have a think of what I'm going to do. Right, so what's the dog going to do? The dog gets a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6 and 2 2s, which isn't all that useful. However, he is a gunslinger, so that means that you can change one of those to something else if he wants. So I'm going to turn that into a move. And I'm going to turn that one into a move. So I'm going to have 3 dice. And I'm going to aim to get across over to here, just to the other side of the street. Easy. So I'll roll.
Then you get 3 dice.
Oh, I do, but easy.
It's enough. Yeah.
It's enough. So he's going to come across here and tuck himself in.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure. We're going to have a quick look at the rules because we have over here, who's this guy who's hiding out here next to the guy over there?
This Tex.
Is that Tex? 2 guns. I'm not sure whether he'll have a chance to take a snapshot. So we're just going to have a quick look to see if there is any kind of rules, because obviously Dawg just ran across the street, so he was in full view. So I don't know whether there is or not. Whether there might not be a bonanza token opportunity here. So we're going to have a quick look at the rules and we'll come back when we've worked out if there's something cool we can do with an interruption. So we've just had a look, and you can play a bonanza token at any time to interrupt your opponent's move. Now, whether that means you can interrupt it mid-move, we've decided that it does because it's cool. So what Steve now needs to decide is whether he is going to play a bonanza token, and then what that would mean is he would roll his activation dice, and then if you get moves all six, if you get moves and shoots and spots, you do your turn as it is, and then I will finish my move. Okay. But then you also get your move once your card comes out. Yeah. So what Steve now is working out is whether he is going to do this or not, and attempt to shoot Big Dawg as he ducks and dives and dashes across the 20 road. Inches. So you're going to be at long range, so it'll be at -1, but I'm in the open, so it'll only be at -1. It will not be at -2.
Right, well I'm going to play my token.
Excellent. So Steve is going to play a token, and that means that he is going to roll his action dice, if you just do it in the middle here so we can see it, and then we're going to see whether this cool interruption actually makes a difference. So you've got, that's pretty good, isn't it?
2.
So you've got 2 aims, which gives you +1. So you'll be at 0, then +1, and then you've got a 6, so you can take 1 shot. Yeah, right. So I'm going to take a shot, and what was the? So range? they give you +1 on your dice. So a -1 for the range. Yeah. So you'll need a. So let's just do the math. So it's a range. You need 6. Yeah. But you've got a aim, takes it down to 5, and another aim takes it down to a 4. So you would have 1 shot needing a 4. Right. Let's see what happens. This is pretty cool. Here we go. Here we go. Right, roll it where we can see it. Oh! 6. So you get a 6. So Big Dawg has been hit. So I'm just going to quickly review the rules and then roll the dice I need to do for my dodge. Right, so we have consulted the oracle of the rulebook, and the 2 things that now are going to happen is, the first one is I need to try to dodge. Now I'm in the open, so that means I need to roll a 5 or a 6 to dodge the bullet. Yep. So let's see what I do on this. I get a 4, so that means that I am hit. What that then means is I roll on the hit effect table. You roll or I roll? I roll on the hit effect table. Right, okay. Oh man, a 1. A 1 means no effect. That's good. No effect? No effect. So
Got a
what happened is
bullet in it.
you hit me and it went through my little lovely blue cape. So I've got a bullet hole in my cape.
Oh,
and you know
wow.
what? And you know what Big Dog loves more than anything.
Yeah, his
So
blue
yeah.
cape.
So that was pretty cool. So you interrupted.
Yeah.
Now the bullet whizzed past me and I continue my move as before to where I was aiming for.
God.
So that is how that works. I think that was pretty cinematic. That was pretty cool. I kind of bounded out from cover, a bullet went whizzing past, got like shaved my side, and I made it into cover. So let's now look and see who's going to go next. Right, so Steve's going to draw the next card.
Oh, Chaparral Jack.
There we are.
Well-known Olympic sprinter.
Yes. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's Twitchy. You're red.
Oh,
I'm
cool,
black.
yes.
God, I don't know. The Olympic sprinter's going to have to stay in the blocks for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Right, so that is Twitchy Eliza Harris, who has just seen Big Dog have a bullet part his hair. So she is tucked in here, so we're going to get her action dice and see what she's going to do. I keep singing I'm the Dog. I can't help it. Such a great show. He was a legend, wasn't he?
He was.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. Brilliant. Right. So we have 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 5. Right, I'm going to look at that and work out what I'm going to do, but I'm pretty sure that some reloads in my future because I shot 3 down range, didn't I? And so 4 or 5 is a reload, and I've got 1, so I'm going to be able to do one reload. That's it. So that's all I can do. So I'm just going to reload once with the 5. And then we're going to look at who's going to go next. Right, so Twitchy has managed to slot 1 bullet in a Colt. Who's going to play next?
Right, next is... Oh
dear, it's Harry Mackenzie, 6-shot. The sharp dressing kid who is not as good as he thinks he is. Right, let's get some dice rolled for him and see what he's going to do. Right, so here's these 6. So we have a 1, a 2, a 3, 2 5s, and a 6. So I am going to turn the 6 into a 1, have 3 movement dice, and try and get into cover behind these barrels. So let's move those out of the way. I'm not going to do anything else, I don't think. So I get plenty, loads, 15 inches. So he is going to come flying around the side and tuck in behind those barrels. Good work, Harry. Maybe 6-shot is not as rubbish as he thought he was. Or maybe 6-shot is as good as he thinks he is, and not as rubbish as we think he is. Right, let's find out. Let's see who's going to come next.
Oh, Stoneface.
I'll tell you what, I know, it's a good thing that I didn't shuffle these, is it?
Yeah.
Right, so Stoneface is going to try and go, old Slow Bob. So we'll get his dice, roll them over here, and see how far he can stumble this turn, if he can actually catch up with his mates. Alright, let's see. So I get a 6 and a 1, which is 2 and 3 5s and a 3. So I can only ever roll 2 move dice, so I may as well discard everything, and I'll just take the 2 dice from that 1. Let's see how far he goes. He goes 4 inches, so that's 12 centimeters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Basically just to the edge of the there. That's fine. So he has not quite caught up with his good buddy 6-shot, who he was just having a nap with a few minutes ago, but he is slowly but surely bringing his knife to the gunfight. Yes, he is armed with a knife. I'm not sure entirely what he's going to do, but he's going to do it very slowly. So we'll just switch over and have a look and see who's going to play next. Okay, so who's going next, young man?
Now it's Tex.
Now it's 2 guns.
Yeah.
So where is 2 guns?
He's over here.
He's the dude there, isn't he? Yeah. So he's no longer got Twitchy spotted.
No.
If Twitchy hadn't moved, he would, and he could take another shot without needing the spot dice. That's how that works.
Well, let's throw the dice, see what he gets. Oh, 1, 2, 3 sixes.
3 sixes.
2 fives and a 2.
There we are. Right, we'll have a look at that and see what we're going to do with it and come back to you. Okay, so what we're going to do?
Right, so I'm going to change all the sixes into moves.
Cool.
I don't think I can spot anybody, can I? Oh, I can spot them, I guess.
You could. It's a long way away though. You'll need 3 spots at least to get to him because you're over. Yeah. So that's going to be 4 dice. You've only got 3, that's 4 dice to roll. See how far it goes. And where are you aiming for?
I'm going to aim for this end of the bank.
Yeah, so you got plenty.
5, 9, oh.
Loads.
21 inches?
Yeah, you can get across to the bank without a problem. So, I am not going to interrupt you on that with the bonanza.
Okay.
Right, so that's that. So Steve has just pointed out that as a gunslinger, he can convert one of his dice over to a 2 and end up with 2 spots, which means that he could technically spot one of these, one of my 2 here, one of Six Shot or Stone-Faced Bob, down tucked in behind these boxes, and then he's got 1 shot possibly at them. So is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got 1 spot for it being over 12 inches and 1 spot for it being in cover.
Can I spot the other guy in the open?
I'm not sure about, yeah, I think so, yeah. Well, no, I mean, he's behind cover as well, because he's...
Oh, right, okay.
I think so, anyway, yeah. I think they're both behind cover. They both would need to...
Alright, so I'll have a go at the guy up the front then.
Okay, so you are shooting at -1, at least, over effective range. Yeah, so -1. Cover effect spotting, not hitting.
Effective range is 12 inches, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm
So
minus...
you're needing 6.
Right.
You got a 1.
Yeah.
And the phone ring.
I just fired into the air.
Yeah, fired into the air to scare me, yeah. So that telephone call was summoning us for our din-dins.
Yes.
So we are fed and watered, and we have a beer each to lubricate us through the next couple of turns. So Steve is now going to turn over the next card and see who is next to play.
Here we go.
Let's go, the last one.
Oh
dear.
It's Bill Younger, isn't it?
It's Bill the Younger, the one you tried to move earlier, the lesser known Olympic sprinter. So I'll move the camera around so we can see him, and then we'll roll some dice. Right, so there he is, hiding out by the strip club. And we have some dice, so what have we got?
No, this is Bill Younger's over here.
Oh, Bill the Younger, I thought he'd come up via the... I don't even know what I'm talking about.
That's Chaparral Jack.
Is that Chaparral Jack? God, yeah. They're just low lifes. I mean, why would I know their names?
Right,
so what have we got? 2 ones?
A 3 and 3 5s.
Wow.
But I don't think he's really got...
Yeah, you don't have any reloads to do?
No.
On him.
So
2 ones.
2 ones gives me 3 dice.
And where are you aiming for?
Therein lies the question.
So otherwise you're just going to go as far as you roll.
I'm gonna try running down the front of...
The front of the mercantile?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so let's see what we get.
Oh God, 1, 2, 4.
So 12 centimetres. How far are you going to get? He's really not a sprinter, is he? He hobbled himself.
No.
You get across to that corner.
Yeah. That was not the plan at all, mate.
No. So there he is. They're coming in a pincer movement. I see your plan. Right, so that is the end of this turn. So we will turn the gigantic turn dice over to turn 4, reshuffle the cards, and then come back to you when we're about to start turn 4. Right, turn 4, let's see who's going to go first.
Right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Oh, it's the dog.
I'm the dog. Right, I'm going to get his dice, do some rolling, and then we'll see what we're going to do. So I have rolled 2 1s, 3 3s, and a 5.
Yeah.
And I've just ummed and ahed and ahed and ummed and ummed and ahed, and the big Dawg is going to do, I'm going to do a usual aggressive manoeuvre. So my aim is, I'm going to roll my 2 movement dice to over here, and then use 3 aims, and take 1 triple aimed shot over at your man there.
Okay.
So I'll be stuck out in the open, but I might be able to get a hurt in on 2 guns. So first of all, let's see what I do with my move. Let's see if I get far enough. This is where it could fall apart.
Yep.
So I get 3, 6, 7 inches, so it's 21 centimetres. So do I get far enough? Yes, I do, just. It's dead on 21.
Okay, well, I'm going to bingo you.
That's not a bad use of your final bingo. So he is going to bingo. So what we'll do now is, if you want to roll your 6, your interruption.
Can I bingo you back here?
We don't really have a chance, but yes. Yeah. And we've said you can bingo at any point. So you need to roll to see if you can spot, see if you can do it. So let's see what you get. So you've got, whoa, 4 5s.
4 5s and a 4. So that's 5 shots.
You've only got 4 shots on your gun. So you'd have 4 shots.
I've got 6 in this gun.
No, and no, you'd have to use that 1 dice to swap the gun hand. Remember, with 2 guns, you have to use a reload to swap to your other gun. So you'll be able to get 4 shots off.
Right, okay.
And then switch your gun. So your 1 gun would be out of ammo, but you'd be able to either put 1 bullet back in the gun, or okay. So
all right,
go for it.
Three 6s and a 5.
Goodness me, I think all of those. So you're within effective range.
Yeah.
You didn't use any aims. So you needed a 5 or a 6. So that's 4 hits.
Yeah.
So I need to take 4 dodges.
Is that a...
Pretty much. Right, so I need to roll 4 dodges. And I'm in the open, so I need 5 or 6 as well. So I need to mimic your dice.
Yeah.
So I dodge
3
correctly, 3. So 1, which means I dive into cover. And I'm pinned. So I dive into cover, and we'll get a little token. I'll get one of these tokens to indicate pinned.
Yeah.
There we are.
So what's the 3 then?
The 3 is a hit, so I now need to see what happens with that on the... a successful dodge has not been hit as they have literally dodged the bullet. The character who dodges will have a pinned token placed next to them unless one is already present. Where there is cover or area cover within 4 inches, a successful dodge allows the character to dodge into or behind that. Legends and gunslings, yeah, okay. Can always make use of nearby cover in this manner. Okay, so now I need to see what happens. I've got 1 hit to resolve.
Yep. 1.
Nothing happens again. Another hole. Another hole.
God.
Another hole in McMammy's blue blanket, which I'm wearing. That's 2 holes you've put in the blanket. He is not best pleased with you.
Outrageous.
But that was a very good interruption, because... I mean, you're out of Bonanza, whatever.
Yeah.
But I can't really do much now. So that is my turn done.
Right.
And I'm pinned. So next turn, before I move, I will need to use 1 move dice to remove the pin.
Yeah.
Right, I'll shift the camera and we'll see who goes next. Well, that was exciting.
Yeah.
Right, let's see who goes next.
Still no blood. Oh, 3.
That's me. No, no, black me. No, you interrupted me. That's why you played.
Yeah.
But then so this is Harry's 6-shot Mackenzie. So let's place my dice, see what he gets, and then we'll have a look at the action dice. And yeah, let's roll some dice. Right, so I rolled a 6, a 4, a 4, a 3, a 5 and a 5. Well, Yeah, so I've checked and there is no line of sight at all between myself and two guns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my move dice and I'm just going to look to readjust myself just to the end of this little, just over here, so I can be looking out behind that wheel. So I'm pretty sure I should do that. Yeah, plenty of move. So he's just going to come over here and we will now look to see who is going to be next up on the cards. Right, so yeah, so six shot went to the end of the, I'm just telling Steve because he was away, six shot went to the end of the barrier and it's now time for the next card to be turned. So let's see what it is. Oh, it's you.
It's Bill Younger.
It's that sprinter guy.
Right,
so where is he?
Don't quite know. Oh, he's there, isn't he?
Oh, he's the one that's there. Right, so let's get some dice rolled and we'll have a look and see what we're going to do with them. God, 2 6s, a 1, a 2, a 4 and a 5. Right, we'll have a look at what we're going to do and I'll turn the camera on when we've decided. So Steve has changed both the 6s into move dice, so he's now got 4 dice to roll.
Yep.
And
6, 9,
well, you didn't say where you were aiming for, but
oh, sorry, I'm just running down the front of the building.
So 35, you're just going to run down the...
yeah, down the front there.
Cool. There we are.
Okay.
And that, anything else to do?
No, I don't think there's anything else you can do, really.
Cool. Right, so next card.
Next card is...
Oh, Stone-Faced Bob.
Yeah.
Right, I'll roll his dice and then we'll see what we're going to do. So with that collection of beauty, 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, 5, yeah, my man with a knife isn't going to be able to do very much. So what he's actually going to try and do, he's actually going to try and get across, he's going to try and get behind that barrier. Actually, that's going to be the easiest thing to do. So he's going to roll 2 dice, get behind that barrier. Yeah, if he gets behind the barrier easily enough, just tuck himself in there. And nothing else to do. So we'll put those back in the dice pool, in the action dice pool, and have a look at the next card.
Ready?
Yep. It's you.
Tex.
Oh, it's Two Guns, who is out of Bonanza dice, but they were both, I mean, he didn't manage to hit me, put 2 holes in the in my blanket. Right, so I'll roll those dice and then come back with the move. So we've got 3 6s, a 4, a 5 and a 2. So what are you going to do?
Right, well these are all going to be moves. And these can both be reloads?
Both be reloads, yes. So you can put 2 back into your currently empty gun. And then the 2 is a spot. So, but anyway, yeah, so you're going to have 4 dice for move. So if you want to roll those. Whereabouts are you aiming for?
Where am I aiming for? So if you're pinned, can you still shoot?
Let's just check that in the rules, 1 second.
Yeah.
So Steve decided against doing the move, so I've stopped looking, so maybe someone can give an answer in the comments below, that'd be awesome. He's just gone and reloaded. So yeah, he's turned it into 1 more reload and got rid of all the rest. So now we're going to turn over the next card, see who's going to move next.
Oh!
It is
Chaparral.
Chaparral. Right, so you roll your dice and let's see what happens. So we've got 3 3s, a 4 and a 6. So what are you going to do with those?
I'm going to turn that into another spot.
Okay.
I'm going to try and spot
okay.
him.
So you need 2 spots for that. Are you in 12? You are. No, you're not. So you're 2 spots. You better spot him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got 3 aims.
Okay.
And I'm going to whack off a shot.
You're going to try and do a shot. So cool. So you will need. So you've done 3 spots. So you are over. You're out of over effective range. That's -1.
Yeah.
But then +1, +2. So 4 or above.
4. Oh, look, right.
4
okay.
above.
Yeah.
You got a 4. God, I don't know. Right, so I'm in cover.
Yep.
If the target is in cover, if in cover or area cover, a successful dodge is made on a roll of a 4, a 5 or a 6. So, let's find him. There he is behind that there. That's who's been shot. So, shot at. Let's see whether I can dodge. 4, 5 or 6. Yes, I do dodge, but I do take a pinned token as well. So what that's going to mean is I'm just going to step back here and have a pin token on me.
Yep.
But I managed to dodge. Good.
Fair enough.
Right, so let's turn that last card over then. And it is Twitchy. Right, get some more dice rolled and we'll see what happens with her. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 2 5s and a 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 2 5s to reload because I'd shot twice. So she is now back to full. And then I'm going to roll 1 move. And my aim is to get to beside the outhouse.
Okay.
Right, turn 5. Who's going to go first?
4.
Stone-faced Bob. Right, let's see what Stone-faced Bob can do. I would really like to kind of get him out into the open a bit and get him involved, but let's see. Oh, I just dropped the dice. Right, so I'm going to roll some dice. That was bouncing around the floor. I'll go and find it. Here it is. It's come back to me. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it with a bit of like backspin. So let's roll some dice and see what happens. There we are. So I'm actually going to attempt to get Stone-faced across the alley over here.
Right.
Okay. You don't have any bonanza tokens to attack to go for me, so that's going to be my 1. And then I have all these other ones which I will do something with later. So I'm actually going to grab another dice so I don't forget what I've got. So let's see. So I'm aiming to get across to over here if I can.
Yep.
So I get 6 inches. So 10 centimetres?
15
centimetres. Do I get far enough? Probably not. No, I am stuck in the middle of nowhere. Good old stone-faced Bob, and I cannot use that 6 to turn it into another move dice because I can only take advantage of 2 move because I am slow. So, yeah. And I have a knife, so he's just going to be stuck there in the middle of the open. So that actually is all I can do. So yeah, I will tidy the dice. Okay, so who is going to be card number 2?
3. Oh. That's Bill Younger.
Bill the Younger.
Right.
Right, you're going to get your dice and see what happens. So 1, 2, 2 3s, 2 5s and a 6. Right, we'll have a little bit of a think and then decide what we're going to do. So the 6 is turning into a movement dice and you're attempting to dart across the alley to the back of the bank. Yeah, so 10, so
25 centimetres. I might need to come around there.
Right, I'll move the camera a little bit as well, so hopefully I'll do this smoothly so it's not too seasickness inducing. I think I did that right. So 25 centimetres.
Yeah, I think you can. Oop, reach up there.
Get himself tucked in there underneath that little overhang.
Yeah.
Nice position. Cool. Right, is that everything for Bill the Younger or whatever?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, the dog.
Oh, I'm the dog. Right, so Dawg is currently pinned.
Yep.
So I will need to have at least 1 move card to 1 movement dice to unpin myself. So I'll roll my dice and see what happens. Right, so I've got my 1 movement dice which I need to remove the pin. And then I've got 2, 3, 3, 3, 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as I'm a gunslinger, I'm going to change that to a movement dice as well. And I'm going to attempt to get across the alley. So, let's see. Yeah, plenty. and you don't have any bonanza to interrupt me anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get in here, which is going to be in cover for that. I cannot spot him yet, and I do not need to reload, so that is going to be my move. Okay, so next up is text 2 guns. So get your dice rolled and we'll see what happens with them. So what I've got is 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, which is pretty good actually. 1 move, 2 spot, 3 aim, 1 shoot. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Do you want time to think, or do you know what we're going to do?
No, I know what I'm going to do.
Right, let's get it done then.
Do I need to spot Bob standing in the middle of the road?
Yeah, I mean, I would have said that you'd struggle to see him because I can only see your base. So you will need to move out.
Okay.
I've got far enough across. If I was like here, okay. Yeah. But if you look at it, there's actually no line of sight between the two. So you'd need to move. I'll just get the camera and show that. So there's our Bob. And if you can just about see, oh, that's a good shot. If we go zooming past Bob, you can see that in the background, there's no way if it's going to let me focus, it's not, but yeah, there's no way that he can be seen. So Bob is currently out of line of sight of 2 guns, so 2 guns will have to move if he wants to shoot him. So you have 2 or 3, 3 5s and a 4.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with that lot?
Right, well, what I'm going to do...
He can't change anything, can he? Because he's he's a shootist, not a gunslinger.
I'm going to reload with 2.
Okay, good call. So that takes you to 4.
I'm going to aim at her.
Aim at who? Oh, was it not?
Calamity Jane.
Oh, I thought that was... Okay.
No.
Oh, okay. Can you... I don't know what you can do with pinned. Can you shoot when you're pinned? You need to use a move.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think you can... We're going to get back to the rules and see whether you can do anything when you're pinned. We had a look before, but it wasn't clear, but we're going to need to look again. Yeah.
All right.
So are you within...
It's over 12.
Over 12, so yeah, so it's out of effective range at the moment. But you wouldn't be able to... You're going to have to move anyway, because you can't see him from where you are, so you'll have to roll to move.
I've moved him out a bit.
Okay, so you're just saying you've rolled 2 dice and it's only gone quarter of an inch. Understand, sorry, I wasn't understanding, that's fine, yep.
Right, so I need 1 spot to spot him.
Yeah.
If I take 2 shots, do they both get 2 aimed, or?
I'm not sure. Let's have a quick look at the rules and we'll come back. So we've just checked and it's an aim is for, or 1 or more aim is for 1 shot. So if you decide to change one of those 3s to a shot, then you'll be adding +1 to each shot, or you could add +3 to your 1 shot.
I'm just going to have the +3.
1 shot with +3. So you're going to be hitting on, so it's going to be needing 5s or 6s, up to only 6s, down to 5s, down to 4s, down to 3s.
Right.
So 3, 4, 5, 6. I think, is that right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
No. 4s, 5s, 6s. Up, down, down 1. No, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, isn't it? Yeah, it is. My maths is terrible. Just roll it. He's slow. 3. So...
That's a hit.
Yeah, so 5s, 6s, then 5s, 4s. Yes. So I'm going to need to roll a dodge.
Yeah.
I'm in the open, so I need 5s and 6s. I get a 3, so I don't. So what is the effect? A 6. That is not good. I think he's dead. I think he's dead, Dave. Let's see. Shoot. How is it? How can you get a 7? I'm going to read the rules and we'll come back. So we've just had a bit of a debate, and I think we're both in agreement that this is a bit odd. So reading the rules, what it looks like is that the hit effects are based on the shot dice. So the shot dice in this case, because Steve put 3 aims on, he could hit me on a 3+. But the hit effects of a 1 to a 4 is no effect. So as Steve is saying, I tried to dodge, failed, but the effect is the same whether I try to dodge or not, because I've been hit but to no effect, and so I don't take any shock, I don't take a wound, I don't take a critical wound, and that 6 I just rolled is not a wound because the hit effect table is based on adjusted dice, modified dice roll, and the modified dice roll we've just done is the to hit dice roll. So what it looks like is you roll to hit, and then if you don't dodge, then your hit effect table takes place. Yeah, it does make some sense, but in this case, with the to hit success being a 3, it makes no sense. Because basically all that's going to happen is he's going to dodge 4 inches back behind cover and take a pinned token, and that's it.
It appears to me the more you aim, the less effect your shot's going to have.
Well, in that way, in a sense, you would have, if you hadn't have aimed, you would have missed completely, and I would have just carried on.
Yeah.
So no, because you got the hit, you forced me into cover and you put the pin thing on.
But
that's the benefit you got.
Aiming meant that I could hit you on a 3,
but you
or
did
a 4, and that's not going to be any effect.
It is, because you forced me back here and I'm not over there where I wanted to be, and I'm pinned now, and I can only take advantage of so many move dice. So there is a benefit to shooting, whereas if you'd not used the dice to aim and you needed a 4+, you'd have missed entirely and there would have been nothing, and you wouldn't have pinned me and you wouldn't have had me running away. So no, there's not no effect with that, but it's just not actually hitting.
My gut feeling is I would have been better to have aimed less and taken 2 shots.
Possibly. There's some maths there that we've learned.
I've basically got to get a 5 or a 6
to do it, or 7
to do any damage,
or 7 to do anything.
So I might as well have had 2 dice
needing
with
4.
less effect of hitting you, but 2 chances of getting a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, I think you're right. But there's the maths there.
Yeah.
That's lesson. But the point is that we were doing we did things wrong earlier in terms of the shooting. We'll just let that slide. This is a learning game, but we know now the hit effect is based on the to hit dice that's rolled, and the dodge is only whether the hit effect is applied or whether you just dodge back into cover.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think actually no effect, and I'm just pinned here. Actually, that's what's happened. I'm pinned in the open. So that's actually what I think's happened. Right. Anyway, that was a bit interesting, and I hope that wasn't too boring. I'm not sure how much of that will I'll edit in. But let's move on to the next player.
Yep.
Right then, who's going to go next? It's
Maguire.
Yeah. So 6 shots. So he is also pinned at the moment. So I will get some dice roll and see what happens with him. So this brash young gunslinger is going to do something very foolhardy.
All right.
So he's got 3 1s, a 2, a 5 and a 6. Mm-hmm. So he's going to use that one to unpin himself.
Yeah.
And he's going to turn that into a 1. So he's going to roll 4 movement dice. Mm-hmm. And he's going to attempt to run up to here.
Right. Okay.
And then he's going to attempt to spot you.
Yeah.
And then he's going to shoot you.
Right.
So I need lots and lots of move.
Right.
So I got 18, 20 inches. Yeah, I can do that.
Well, I'm going to bingo you.
Of course you are.
You're, sort of halfway.
Okay, so Steve just shouted bingo, so let's move the camera around and see what's happening. Did I say bingo? I meant bonanza, obviously. Right, so Steve now gets to roll his dice. So you've got a 4, a 4, lots of 4s,
4,
a 2 and a 1.
Right. Well, I'm not going to move.
Nope.
I don't need to spot.
You do because of the in the way, but that's fine. So that means you do spot.
Yeah. And
4 shots.
4 shots. Yep.
Have you got that many bullets? You have.
Yeah. It's not actually fired.
So he's going pew 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 pew.
Yep. He sure is, partner.
Right.
Right. So there's no aiming.
So it's
under
just straight, it's 5s and 6s.
Yeah. 2. Yeah.
I think that's just, so what did you get? 2, 3?
2 6s, a 3 and a 2.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just, you're just at normal range. So yes, 2 6s. So I need to see whether I can dodge.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and dodge the first one.
Yep.
So keep those down, those 2 6s, because that matters now. Do you remember?
Yeah.
They'll both be wounds. So this is the first dodge.
Yeah.
I'm in the open. I'm not behind, even though that was cover. It was in the way. I'm not in cover.
Right.
So I need a 5 and a 6. Get a 5. So he dodges the first one. He doesn't dodge the second one. So I'm going to dodge. Now he is a greenhorn, so I cannot dodge towards you. So once again, I'm going to dodge into cover behind here and take a pinned. So I'll dodge in behind her. And with a 6, which hit, this is what happens. I wound, lose 1 action dice permanently. So 6 shot, loses an action dice permanently. Place 1 action dice in the character's shock pool, but I cannot claim that back with a 6, so it's gone. There we are. So that also stopped me in my tracks. There's nothing else I can do because I didn't get to where I was hoping for, but that's his character, so that's exactly what he would have done.
Yeah.
Charge forwards. I'll save the day. Right, let's go and see who gets drawn next. Right then, who's going to be next?
Right,
let's
next
see.
is Twitchy.
Oh, Twitchy Eliza Harris. She's seeing her mates getting shot up and she is not happy. So let's see what she can manage to extract from this situation. So we are rolled 2 moves, 3 spots, 3 aims, sorry, and a 6.
Yeah.
So she is going to attempt to duck round to here.
Yeah.
And then turn that into a shot with 3 aims.
Yeah.
2. So let's see how many dice I get. How much move I get. I get a 3 and a 4, so 7 inches. So that's going to be enough to get round to here. You don't have a bonanza. Now because I'm tucked in here, touching it, it isn't cover for you.
Right, okay.
So I'm within 4 inches. So I've got +1, +2, +3, +4.
Yeah.
So basically anything but a 1.
Yeah, okay.
Got a 4.
4.
So you need to try and dodge.
Right, I need to dodge. 1.
So you don't dodge.
Don't dodge.
So you are pinned.
Okay.
It's a bit annoying that it's no effect, as you say. It's a bit weird, isn't it? I'm not. This is about the only thing that's not
making sense.
Making much sense to me. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, right. Enough of that. Let's see who gets to go next. Right. Who goes next?
Next is Chaparral Jack.
Chaparral. Right. So let's get those dice rolled and see what happens. Right. So we have just done some reading, and we've actually finally found in the rules what we were looking for. So it says, during play, characters receive pin tokens where they dodge, fall, fail to run in control when mounted, or suffer a critical wound. And also we're saying, hit by a bullet but doesn't have an effect, because it's silly that there's no effect when just a bullet goes through you. Anyway, when activated, a character with a pin token must remove that before playing any other action dice. So that means if you don't roll a 1 when you've got a pinned, you can't do anything, because you need the 1 to do anything. So that's that. So we're going to now, that's the end of turn 5. We're now going to look at turn 6. I'm going to interject quickly here because it's the next morning. We finished playing just at the end of the last play, and I've realised that there is quite a large mistake that we've made in all of the previous turns when it comes to shooting. Now we had a long discussion. Some of it will have made the video about why we didn't think it worked very well, and I've just realised that we've basically been working the wrong way. So the aim markers should be modifying the dice roll, not reducing the target. that makes a big difference. So if we ever think about the last shooting, which if I can remember exactly what went on, it was a 3+ to hit. That's wrong. What it should have been is +3 -1 on the dice roll, which would have made it a 5, which would have made it causing damage. So I've not seen Steve yet this morning, it's quite early still. I just thought I'd really quickly clarify that, make it very clear. I'm going to put on the text when I edit the video, I'm going to put some text on the screen when we make the mistake, so that not everyone's hammering the keyboard and saying you're doing it wrong. We have worked it out, we have realised it, and we'll play like that from now on. But that probably means that my big dog should have been wounded twice, which is a shame, but that's what happens with learning games. Now we know, we'll be able to play the rest of it correctly, and I'll be able to play any future games correctly. But hopefully it hasn't been too much rage-inducing for those of you that know the rules well, watching us blunder and make silly mistakes. Right, so with a new understanding of how shooting works, I've just explained it to Steve, and we've both gone, well, that makes a whole load more sense.
Yes, indeed.
We're going to now, it's the morning after, so it's the next day, and we're going to now finish this up playing correctly. So Steve is going to roll, this is turn 6. And it is it is Chaparral. So we're going to roll some dice and see what we're going to do.
Right, okay.
So we have a 6 and lots of 2s and a 3. So I also looked at what unpinning does, and unpinning means that you can adjust 1 inch. So he is pinned at the moment, isn't he? Yeah. So
So I can take the pin off
and adjust 1 inch, which means that I'm no longer going to have spotted you if you can get out of line of sight. Which yes, you can. You're now in cover, so I think that means I'll have to get a spot to shoot you again. Okay. So yeah.
And that's really all I can do.
Yeah, because he can't change any of the others, can he? Because he's only a shootist, isn't he? Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, we'll find who we're going to play next, and yeah. Okay. Oh, there we are. 2 guns. Yours are coming up front. Right, let's roll some dice and see what happens. So Steve has just rolled a set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is actually probably really good. You might be able to get rid of Stone-Faced Bob this turn. Yeah. Right, we're going to have a look at that, and we'll come back when we've decided what we're going to do. So what's going to happen is we're going to use the 1 he's going to use 1 to do a move, the 2 to do a spot, and then he converted the 6 into another aim, and he's going to basically take 2 shots. Is it one of them with 2 aims and one of them with no aims? Yeah. And we're going to do the aiming correctly. So I'm going to shift the camera and get a nice view down of this little showdown, yeah, we'll...
Can I do the shots before I move?
Of course you can.
Right, okay, well I'm going to do the shots first.
Okay, cool. I'm going to move the camera. So we have to go to shaky cam because I can't get the tripod to work, but I think you're taking a shot at 6 shot, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah. And there is that dirty down dog, 2 guns over there. So
the first shot is
we're going to be +1, so roll that. +2, yeah.
5,
so that's a 7. Right, so I'm now going to roll a dodge and see if I can dodge that. If I don't, that is going to be bad news for old 6 shot over here, so I'll get that done. So I'm in the open, so I need a 5 or a 6 on this, or it's going to be bad time for 6 shot. I got a 3, so that's a fail. That's not what we wanted. So the effect of a 7 is a critical wound. Place a pinned token next to the target. I already had 1, you can't have more than 1, so that's fine. Roll on the critical wound table below and apply the results. So I'm going to roll again. And I got another 3. A chest wound. Lose 2 action dice permanently and place 1 action dice in the character's shot pool. So this is going to start to impact my impact the ride or die. And he is down to 2 action dice only now because he already lost 1 permanently previously. Mistakenly, because I rolled a 6, but it doesn't matter. So that's taken 2 permanently, 1 in the shot pool. I will need to use a 6 if I want to recover that. Okay. But what that means is at the end of this turn, if I'm not able to recover this, then I am 2 down off of my morale.
All right. Okay.
And that is how that ride or die works. So that is that. That was good shooting. So you're going to roll your second shot because I wasn't able to dodge. So I'm still in. I'm still here.
Do I have to fire at the same guy or?
No, you do not have to fire at the same guy.
Fire at.
Okay.
Stone face.
Okay.
Then.
Let's see what this roll is. Yeah. So this is an unadjusted roll, and it's over
no aim.
12. So it's a -1 adjustment.
Right.
So it's a 1, so it's a miss. So you miss on that one completely anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So good shooting there. That was worthwhile.
Okay.
We will now look to see who is. Well, you going to move?
I'm going to move. Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
So.
Forgot about that.
4.
So you go 4 inches.
Well, he's just gonna.
Oh, he's just tucking back in. Cool.
Back in the cover. Right. Okay.
Is that you?
That's him. Yep.
Cool. Right. So let's adjust the camera. We'll find out who's going to play next. Right then. So who's going to go next? Oh, it's Twitchy.
Twitchy.
Right. So I need to. This is where I have you a little bit pinned. So I'm going to roll my dice, and then we'll see what we're going to do. Okay. So that was a fun little roll. 3 1s, 2 6s, and a 5. So I've got my shoot here.
Yeah.
I'm going to move with 1, and my aim is going to be just to basically come here. So you're not in cover. I'm going to shoot without aiming because I'm within 4 inches, so I get +1 already. 3 times.
Right.
Like that. And then I'm going to convert one of these to another 5. And I'm going to reload. So I'm going to basically have either 4 shots or 2 shots and 2 reloads, depending on how.
She can't convert, can she?
Oh no, I'm cheating there, so I can't do that. So she can convert the 6s, but that's it. So she can't convert the 1s. Okay, so she'll convert the 6s into shoots or reloads, and she's going to move just to attempt to kind of duck out around the corner. So first of all, I'm going to roll my move, which should be alright. Yeah, so I'm basically just going to come up to the corner here.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to start rolling my shoot dice. So that's my move. So my first shoot dice, I get a 3. That's a 4. That is not a hit.
Yeah.
This is 5 or 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm going to shoot my second one. I get a 4, which goes to a 5, which is a hit. So you need to do a dodge.
Okay. 6.
A 6, so you do dodge.
Yep.
So you can dodge up to 4 inches away.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'll,
Yep.
Can I duck inside?
You can duck inside, absolutely. And you're pinned. So I'll get you a pinned too.
Yeah, I've got one.
You got one, okay, and then you're pinned. So that was 2 of my shots, which means my last 5 I'm going to use to reload. So I've got 5 bullets. There's no point in trying to shoot again. So that's my turn. That did not go as well as I wanted.
Did you take the 2 shots?
Yes,
off?
I was on 6, I went down to 4, and I'm now on 5.
Okay.
So, yeah, cool. Right, so next turn. Right, so who's going to go?
Who's next? Oh, Stoneface.
It's Stoneface.
Yep.
So Stoneface Bob is currently pinned in the middle of the street.
Yep.
So I'm going to roll his dice, see whether we can get him moving. So just do a very careful and very professional pan. And there he is in the middle of the street. So let's get these rolled. And he's still got 6 dice somehow because of the mistakes we made. I need a 1. I get a 1. Woohoo! So I've got a 1, and that's all I've got that's useful. So I can unpin myself and move 1 inch. So he's kind of stumbling and limping his way across. He is not very happy right now, but that's all I can do with that because I can't change anything. And,
happier than 6 shot.
Yeah, but he probably isn't going to be for very much longer because you've got Jobby just here who is about to make this into a very interesting little gunfight. Right, so we'll reset the dice and then find out who's going to play next. Okay, so who's next?
Next is... Dawg.
Oh, see, that's good. Right, so I have Big Dawg. So let me roll those dice and see what I'm going to do. So we've got two 3s, 2 4s and a 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the 6 into a 1 to move into cover by this.
Right,
Yeah?
okay.
So that's going to turn into a 1. And then from there I'm going to use 1 spot dice.
Right, okay.
Because you're in cover.
Yeah.
I'm then going to use 2 aims.
Yeah.
I'm going to fire once and see what the outcome is, and I might fire again with no aims.
Right.
So that's what I'm going to do. So I need to roll to see whether I can get more than 2. Snake eyes will screw me. Anything but snake eyes, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So let's see. Ha! Well, I saw the 1. So I can move to here. I'm still in cover. So I've used my spot dice now to spot him.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 aims. So my first shot is going to have a +2 on it. Ah! And I get a 1, so I miss. So my second shot, let's take there's ammo down. My second shot has
no aims.
Well, actually, it's +3 because am I within 4 inches? Let's just check. But it still doesn't matter for that first one. I am not within 4 inches, so it is only +2 for the first one and +0 for this one. So +0 for this one.
Yeah.
I get a 5, unadjusted. So that is a shot. So we are going to have a dodge.
All right. Okay.
Let's see what dodge you get.
3.
So you fail to dodge.
Yeah.
So on a 5, you take shock. Place 1 action dice in the character's shock pool. It is not permanent. You can recover it with a 6.
That's him.
So that moves down into the shock pool. So that was all right. Yeah. That wasn't terrible. Cool. Right, let's see who goes next. Right, who's going to go next?
Next is...
Oh, so Harry 6-shot Mackenzie with his 2 dice. So 6-shot needs to roll a 6 and a 1. Right. That's what he needs. Okay. If he doesn't get 6 and a 1, he's pretty much in strife. So I'm going to roll his 2 dice and see if I can get a 6 and a 1.
Right. So do you have to take the pin off before you can take the shock off?
Absolutely. If I don't get a 1, I'm totally. You cannot do it. If you're pinned, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And I believe that it is still an action to recover from the shock. Yeah. So yes, that's exactly how I'll play it. So I'm going to adjust the camera. There is old 6-shot. And we're going to take his 2 dice and we're going to see how lucky I'm feeling. I get a 1 and a 2. So I have not been able to save my dice from the shock pool, but I am able to get rid of my of my pin and then move an inch and actually be in cover and safe. So not everything I needed, but at least I got the 1. Yeah. Which is you, which is 3.
Bill Younger.
Bill the Younger. Right, let's see what's going to happen with him. Right, so we've just discussed this. So Steve, do you want to explain?
Right, so I'm going to use one of these move dice to remove my pin.
There we are. And you can adjust by 1 inch. So you can do that in a minute if you want to, once we've talked this through.
Was I undercover last
You are in cover, you ducked into cover. Yeah.
So I think I'll probably stay put. Then I can use the 6 to recover my dice out of the shock pool.
Cool.
Then I can spot Dawg undercover and then send off a shot, a quick shot.
Cool, we'll do that. Okay, right, so that's going to be 1 dice with no aim but no adjustments at all, so just straight up.
This might get you to put your head
straight
down.
Up. Yeah. A 3 So that is a miss.
Right.
You
Okay.
need to remember to adjust your ammo as well.
Yep.
Cool. Right, so that is the end of turn 6. Who's going to go first?
Dog.
Oh, Dog's going to go first. This is what we wanted. So, yeah, so Dog is going to roll his dice, and we're going to see whether we can get rid of this Bill the Younger.
Yep.
So I've just rolled 5 6s and a 2. So I can convert 3 of those 6s into an extra bonanza dice, which would mean that he has 3 bonanza, because I've not used any of my bonanza yet.
Yeah.
Or I can convert them into anything I want to, including move or spot or shoot or aim. So I'm going to have a little bit of a think, have a bit of sip of my cup of tea, and I'll be back when I've worked out what I'm going to do. Right, so I've decided I'm not going to go for an extra bonanza. I've not actually used any yet, so that would be an unnecessary thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the first 6 into a 1, and I'm going to attempt to move over to here, which will mean that I'm within 4, so I'll get a plus 1 immediately on my shot. And then I'm going to turn this one into an aim, which is 3, and this one into a shoot. And depending on the outcome of that, I then have another one where I can move back into cover, or I can have another aimed shot if I want. So that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is roll my move, and I do get enough, so I can come around here. So that's the 1.
And I'm going to bonanza you.
I thought you might. I don't think you can interrupt a bonanza.
All right.
I don't think you can.
Right.
So let's move the camera so we can see what you've rolled. So you've got 2 6s, 3 3s, and a 4.
Yep. Okay. So I'm not gonna move. So
3 aims.
3 aims. That's a shoot, isn't it? And I'll have 2 more shoots. So
Cool. So you're going to have
first one's going to be aimed, isn't it?
plus 4.
Yeah, and
then
then
the
the
other
other
two will be a
2 are
+1.
snapshots. Yeah.
Right. So let's get that shooting done.
That's how. Oh my God! It's Dawg!
Yes, exactly. But you were kind of waiting. The first one you were waiting
Yeah.
for, and then the other 2 are just like snapshots.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens. So yeah, you're going to
Right.
shoot the first one.
Shoot the first one with +4. Yeah.
Yep.
5. So that's 9.
So that's very bad. So I need to dodge.
Yep. Oh, you
And I
git.
do dodge.
Okay.
So I dodge out of line of sight into cover, which means that you can't shoot anymore because you can't see me anymore
All right. Oh, okay.
unless you move. Unless you convert one of those 6s into a 1,
No. No.
which you can do if you want, obviously. I will have a think and I'll come back. So what Steve has decided to do is he's got the 2 6s that he had not yet used. So we're going to convert one of those 6s to a 1 so that he can just duck to the edge of the corner and then convert the other 6 to a 5 so we can take a shot. So don't forget to drop your ammo down. You've shot 3 times, so you should be down to 2.
No, I've shot
Twice. So yeah, you should be down to
3.
3. There we are. That's it. Yeah. So yeah. So Big Dog is already pinned. So this is going to be at +1 because you're within 4. Then you're going to move up the edge.
3. No.
So it's a 3. So you miss. Okay.
Yeah.
So now it reverts back to me, and this is where it's important that we've actually started to. We brought a different dice pool in so that so our action dice aren't being turned over and rolled, because I still have a 3 and a 5, and I still have 2 6s and a 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I can use my 2 now to spot you because you're in cover.
Yeah.
I can turn that into a 1, first to get rid of my pinned.
Yeah.
Okay, and adjust by 1 inch.
Yeah.
Use that 2 to spot, and then I've got my aimed dice, aimed first shot,
Yeah.
and I've still got a 6 left. So I'm going to roll 1 dice, which is at +2
Yeah.
to shoot you. 5.
5.
So that is a hit. Thank goodness
Now I
aimed it.
need to dodge.
You need to dodge. A 4, so you do not dodge. Yeah. So a 5 is a into the shock pool with you and a pin.
Right, so one of those goes into.
Yeah, and that's it, I believe. 5 is shock. Place 1 action dice in the character's shock pool, but it's not permanently lost.
Right.
Okay, so now I need to have a quick think about what I'm going to do with this final 6 that I've got. Oh, and I need to remember my ammo. Down to 4, there we are. I'm going to turn that into a 1. And I've already moved, so I only get 1 move dice for any. So the first dice, you get 2 dice. For everyone else, you get 1. And I get 5, so I can move 5 inches. So I'm going to be able to tuck myself back here again.
Yep.
Back out of range, and that is going to be my turn. All right, so who's going to go next? Oh, it is Harry 6-Shot Mackenzie with his 2 dice. So Harry 6-Shot Mackenzie has a excellent idea of what he's going to do if he can get the right dice. So let's see what happens. Right, so I rolled a 1 and a 6, which put me in a bit of a predicament because I could get my shock pool dice back. However, this is Harry 6-Shot. He's not going to worry about his shock pool. He's going to kick this back door in at the strip club, burst in and shoot this guy. Who's he? Can't remember his name.
That's Chaparral.
Going to shoot Chaparral in the back, like the brave man that he is. So let's see. So let's see what move I get. Very cocked. 1 inch. So I'm not.
So he throws himself at the door and it doesn't burst.
He manages to just get inside, which doesn't put him within 4 inches, so I don't get the +1. This is 6-shot to a T, and now I'm going to shoot. So let's see. Come on, get something good. Get a 6.
Okay.
Yes. So that is a hit. So you need to dodge.
Yep.
The interesting thing here is that you have to dodge. You'd have to dodge back out. There's no cover in there, and that's the rules are you have to dodge away. So you get a 5, so you do dodge, you lucky son of a gun. And you're going to have to dodge out.
Right, okay.
You can dodge up to 4 inches. So let's see where that goes. So that does mean you can dodge round the corner away from Twitchy. However, as you dodge out, you know what's going to happen, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
as you come through the door, bonanza!
Yeah.
Right, so Twitchy is going to.
Hang on, I'm pinned.
I don't think it matters. I think you still. Actually, that's a good point. Let's have a quick look at that. So the impact of having a pin token just makes the dodge harder. So I have called bonanza with Twitchy.
Yeah.
As he comes out through the door, and so I'm going to roll Twitchy's dice, and this is where it can get like multiple levels of interruptions. And I get a 1, a 2, a 4, a 5, and 2 6s, which is pretty good. So I'm going to have 2 shots, both of them aimed. So we're going to have a +2 on both of my shots.
Right.
Okay, so the first shot, and then if you dodge again on the first shot, then I'll just use that as I'll do 2 reloads. So we'll do that first. So that's
right.
So the first one is going to be that one. So I'm going to roll 1 dice, needing with +2 because you're within.
Yeah.
3. So I miss.
Yeah.
So she's down to 4. So I'm going to roll my second one. I am going to do an aim shot. Come on! Yes. Right. So that's a 7. So you need to dodge again, and I need to go and take 2 dice off of her ammo. She's down to 3.
Right. 5.
You do. How you dodge again?
Yep.
Goodness me! So you get to dodge around the corner. He is amazing. He is like ballerina, pirouetting bullet style.
You don't get to be 25 in the West without dodging.
And I am going to call Bonanza again. Well, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So I could call Bonanza with Big Dog, but I'm not going to now. Right. So anyway, so that is that is my move with Harry, which also involved Twitchy taking a shot.
Yeah.
So there we are. Isn't that fun? Right. So we're going to readjust the camera and see who's going to turn next. Right. Who's going to go next?
Next is you again.
There we are. Big Dog. Big Dog.
Not Big Dog.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's Twitchy again. It's Twitchy. Sorry, I'm so excited. I'm like this.
Calm
down, dear. Calm. There's only a commercial. Right. So we're going to roll. Twitchy's going to roll again, and we're going to see whether we can finish off this person. So I got 4 1s, a 5, and a 4. So what I am going to do is move with 4, and I'm going to attempt to get back over here because we're a bit spread out. I'm going to attempt to get back here. We're defending the orange peel here. Or I could I be even more crazy? Or I could get over here and try and get over to 2 guns. Or I could try. I'm gonna have a bit of think. I was going to be sensible, but my natural inclination for craziness is kind of taking over. Right. So I've had a thought, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 1 move to get myself out here. I'm going to shoot once, maybe shoot twice, maybe reload, and then move back into cover. So first move is going to be 2 dice to try and get out to where I'm stood now. So move her back. Yep, so 5 inches will be enough for me to get to the edge of the boardwalk. So I'm going to take that's one of the moves. So I'm going to take my first shot at +1 because of my range.
Yeah.
That's 5, so that is a hit.
Okay.
So you need to see if you can dodge, and you do not. So that is a shock dice into the shock pool, but not permanently.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to take my second shot. Which is a 5, so that's the same again.
That's a dodge.
So you do dodge.
Yeah.
So you're going to move up to 4 inches away. You're dodging this guy dodges like a demon. I can't believe I only got 1 shock on you. So up to 12 centimeters. So where could he get to? I think the only thing you're going to be able to do is to come back along the wall. Right. So see what Steve's going to do with his dodge. Okay, and then I'm going to use my last move to go inside the strip club.
Right.
Get 1 inch. I've got another move dice. Another one, but I can get inside. There we are, so I'm going inside. Right, so I am down to 1 bullet. And I'm inside there, and that is Twitchy's turn. So let's see who's going to go next. Okay, so who's going to go next?
Yeah. Chaparral Jack.
Chaparral, who has just been being shot at. So let's see what happens with him. So we've got 2 1s, a 2, and 2 3s. So he can unpin and adjust by 1 inch with the first one, and then he can move with the second one.
Let's unpin me.
And adjust by 1 inch.
An inch there. 2 dice from my move.
Yep.
5.
So you have to go 12 centimetres. Okay.
Yep.
Is that you?
Okay. Got nothing to spot, have I? So.
Well, you could spot Twitchy or 6-shot through the windows, and then if I don't move, I don't move, the next turn they're still spotted.
Okay. All right.
That's how that works. So you can spot. It's not wasted in that you're not going to use it anyway.
Yeah.
So which one are you going to spot?
Oh, I spot Twitchy.
So you come around the corner and you see Twitchy inside the strip club, just inside the doors.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But the other two of them. Okay, so that's that. So let's see who's next. Right then, who is going next?
4.
Oh, it's Stoneface Bob.
Stoneface.
Still kind of lumping his way around in the middle of nowhere. So let's roll some dice and see what happens. Right, so I get my 1, so I'm going to be able to move. And I'm going to see how far I can get with that 1. If I can get a long way, then I'm going to try and get into fisticuffs with your man over here in the corner. So that's my aim, is for Stoneface Bob to roll a long way with 2 dice and go and stab him in the face.
Okay.
So let's see what I get with my move dice. Come on, Bob, it's time for you to wake up. I get 9, which is 16, 9 inches.
Yeah, I think he can.
Yeah, I can get there. Excellent. So I can make it. So I am going to get into fisticuffs, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go and read the rules on melee, brawling as they call it here. So you're back in 1 second. Right, so we've just read through the rules, and it's relatively simple, but let's just get this calculated out. So first of all, I'm going to calculate my attacking. So I have a knife in hand, that is my weapon, and I get a dice for each shoot dice. So I'm going to have 3 dice for those. I get 2 dice because I'm going to allocate a aces high to my to that, so that is going to be 5 dice, and I have a weapon benefit. I'm not sure what that means. Actually, we'll have to have a look at that. I think I only have 5 dice.
Right.
I don't think I've got weapon skills. I just have a knife.
Yeah.
So I have 5 dice. Now Steve is I'm attacking a shootist who has 5 action dice at the moment. So his defensive dice is going to be current action dice minus 3. So he will have 2 dice. Now because I'm attacking with a knife, I'm looking for a 4, 5 or 6 on my 5 dice. And because he's fighting with his pistol or his fists, he is looking for a 5 or 6. So I'm going to roll 5 dice. Steve is going to roll 2. And then we're going to see what happens. So we'll get that done and bring you back with the results. Right, so I managed to roll a 1, 2 3s and 2 6s, and Steve rolled a 2 and a 3. So I was looking for 4 5s and 6s, and he was looking for 5s and 6s. So I won by 2 net hits. So brawling results then with 2 net hits, inflict 2 shock on the losing character, and move them 2 inches directly away from the direction of the attack. Any 6s rolled by the loser inflict a shock on the winner, but you didn't. So I've taken 2 dice off of your dice pool.
Right.
And you are moved 2 inches directly away from the attack. So I've come in and shivved at you.
Yeah.
And you've kind of falling back, kind of not actually wounded, or a little bit wounded, maybe a little bit scared, but nothing particularly.
If you move me back.
I'll move you back 2 inches. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Well, not for me.
No, but it was fun doing a little bit of a different technique.
Yeah.
Right, so that is my Stoneface Bob's turn, because yeah, he doesn't have anything else he can do now. He used his move and he went and tried to stab someone in the face. Right, so let's tidy that up and we'll look at who the next player is. How about that, Stoneface Bob getting work done there?
Really?
Kinda.
Oh, it's 2 guns.
It's 2 guns. Right, let's see what happens with him. 1, 3 3s and 2 5s. So that's not a bad little roll. Let's see what Steve decides to do. We'll come back when he's had a think. So what Steve decided to do is just take the 2 5s and turn them into reload. You could actually reload once more if you want, because you can convert one of those to another reload.
Okay.
So you're just going to basically stand there and shovel bullets into your gun.
Absolutely.
So we now have he is loaded for bear. He's got a full 6 shooter, and the one in hand has 5 bullets in it. Whereas me, Twitchy has only got 1 bullet in a gun, and 6 shots should actually be called 5 shot. And Big Dawg only has 4 bullets, so yeah, it's I need to start reloading.
Yeah.
Right, who's going to go next? Last one on the turn. It is
He's Bill Younger.
Bill the Younger, who is just been shivved in the face. So let's see whether he can fight back against Stoneface Bob. So you've got a 1, which is going to remove the pin.
Yeah.
And you've got a 4 and a 5, so you can take 2 shots. Both of them will be at +1.
Yeah, I'll take 2 shots.
Okay, right, let's get those shots rolled then.
Right.
It's first shot.
First shot.
One, miss.
Miss.
Got blood in your eyes.
Yeah.
Second shot.
Second shot.
Plus 1, 5. So that does hit.
Yeah.
It's adjusted. So I need to roll a dodge. So let's just get the fight in camera view, my professional camera work, which is so good. There we are. I'm going to roll a dodge. Come on, stone face Bob. I get a 3. I do not dodge. So Bob loses, gets pinned, and loses action dice to the shock pool. So I'll give him a pin. Okay, so that is the end of turn number 7. Let's have a quick look at the current state of the shock dice. So for myself, my shock pool, I actually have 4 in the shock pool for 6-shot Mackenzie, and I have now got 1 in the shock pool for Stoneface Bob, but that still means that I've got 2 out of 4. For yourself, you also are at 2 out of 4. You have 3 in the shock pool for Bill, for the younger, and 1 for Chaparral Jack. So we are equal at the moment. So let's get those cards shuffled, and then we'll go to turn 8. I did not expect it to last this long. Right, so here we are, turn 8. Well, none of us have used our Desperado cards. I keep forgetting about them. Who's going to go first?
First is Tex.
Two Guns Tex. So let's see what now newly reloaded Two Guns Tex is going to be able to do. So what we've got is we've got a 4 and a 5, so 2 shots. We've got a 2, which is a spot, 2 3s, which are aims, and a 6, which is whatever you want. So Steve's just going to have a bit of a think, and we'll come back when he's made his mind up. Okay, so do that again.
Okay, so I'll change the 6 into a movement.
Cool.
One, and there's a gunslinger. I'm going to change that into a move.
So you have 3 moved dice.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's do that, and then we'll see how far you get. Where are you aiming for?
I'm going to aim for this window.
Okay, cool. So you get 12 inches. 12 inches. So 30 centimetres, so that's plenty.
Yeah.
And as you reach the window, Bonanza from the Dawg.
Okay.
So I have shouted Bonanza. So Big Dog is now going to roll and interrupt. So you've used your 2 moves only so far.
Yeah.
So now Big Dog is going to roll his dice. We're out of. We're in range. We're not in.
Not close.
So I have got 3 3s. So 3 aims and 3 shots and 4 bullets in the chamber. So guess what I'm going to do?
You're going to shoot at me.
Like that. So the first aim shot here.
Yeah.
Can you pass me a dice?
All right. Yeah.
I'm on the wrong side of the camera. So I am +1.
Yeah.
I get a 3, so I miss.
Yeah.
The second aim shot. 7.
Right.
Lean across, sorry, so he's down to 2. So you now need to see if you can dodge. And if you don't dodge, then that is a permanent loss of a dice.
1. Okay.
So you don't dodge.
No.
So a 5 is... Oh no, a 7, sorry, is a critical wound. Place a pinned token next to the target. So have you got another pin?
I haven't got any
other one. And roll on the critical wound table below and apply the results. So you need to roll a d6.
Right. 3.
A 3 is a chest wound.
Right.
Lose 2 action dice permanently.
Right.
Place 1 action dice in the character shock pool. So 2 go away permanently and 1 goes in the shock pool.
Right. Okay.
But we'll just remember that because how does that? This is an interesting one actually. Anyone in the comments? So I've done an interruption. Now Steve doesn't actually have enough action dice available to continue his previous play. I'm going to say that doesn't matter. He still has those.
Right. Yeah.
But I think because he's pinned, you won't be able to do anything because you'll now have a pinned. You don't have a 1 unless you want to convert one of those to the 6 to a
No, I already converted one.
But did you
to move.
convert something else? Because you're a gunslinger, you can also convert another dice to a 1 to remove that pip.
Yeah, no, I did. I only got 1 to move, and I converted the spotting.
Did you not convert the? You didn't have a 6. Okay, so in that case, I think you can't do anything else because of that.
Right,
because
okay.
so you can't play action dice
Right, okay.
while you've got a pinned.
Right.
So I've pinned you.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Yes. So if you had a 1, I think you would be able to then play that 1 to unpin yourself and then do other things.
Yeah, carry on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think we're right. If we're wrong, in the comments, let me know. But that makes some sense. That does hold together. That was a good use of a bonanza, big dog.
yeah.
Right, so we'll reset the table and see who's going to play next. I am so badly running out of bullets. I've got 1 with 1, 1 with 2, and 1 with 5. Right, who's going to go next? It is Dawg.
Dawg.
Big Dog. So Big Dog's going to roll again. Hopefully get some reloads. Let's see what happens. All right, so I rolled 3 1s, a 4, 5, and a 6. So I'm going to use the first one to do a move, and I'm going to run over to here. So I'll be within range, but I'll also be in cover. So my aim is to duck across the road to here. I'm then gonna, as I'm running, I'm gonna reload once. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do my move first. Let's see if the move goes off without a hitch. I probably need to roll more than 6 inches, don't I?
Yeah. Probably.
And I roll 6.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get across to there. Not as far as I wanted. I don't think I'm going to be a little bit more out of cover than I want. I'm going to reload, which means I've got 3 bullets. I'm within 4 inches, so I'm going to take. So that's those 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my first shot at +1. Ha! And I miss.
Okay.
And that means I'm going to change that because I'm a gunslinger to another reload, so I'm still at 3, and I'm going to take my final +1 shot.
Yeah. 4.
5 +1, so that is a hit. So you need to roll a dodge. You need a 5 or a 6. You get a 4, so you don't. So that is a shock. Place 1 action dice in the character's shock pool. So he is down to 2 action dice, and I am now going to roll my final move to attempt to duck out of sight. Ha! I get to move 1 inch, but that's all I need. Right, so there we are. That was a nice little kind of run across the alleyway as I run. Right, let's reset that and see what happens next. Right, let's see who's next. Ooh, it is Twitchy Eliza Harris.
Oh yes, of course.
Twitchy Eliza with 1 ammo. Right, let's roll her dice and see what she can do in this situation. Well, that wasn't a terrible roll, so I've got a 1, a 2, which is my spot, so that I can spot. It's Chaparral, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, spot Chaparral Jack through the window. So I'm going to use my 2 to spot Chaparral Jack. I'm going to reload twice because I was down to 1 ammo. And so that's those used. And I'm not going to move for now, and I'm going to take 1 shot at +1 because you're within 4 inches. A 3.
Yeah.
So that misses and takes me down to 2 ammo again. Goodness me. I'm just going to have to do it, aren't I? Last shot.
Yeah.
It's got to be done. Come on. Oh, 1.
Miss.
So I'm down to 1 ammo and I missed with all my shots.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll my move to get over here out of your, so maybe you haven't spotted me. Yeah, so I'm going to come back here next to 6 shot Mackenzie. So that
But
did
surely
not
you're still
work out.
spotted. There's nothing.
No, once you've
in there.
moved, then it says if you move, then you're not spotted. We'll double check that. It might be if you move into cover. Let's have a quick double check of that. Okay, so Steve was correct. So line of sight needs to be broken, and line of sight has not been broken, so I'm still spotted through the window by Mr. Chaparral. So let's adjust the camera and see who's going to play next. Right, so who's going to go next? Oh, it's Stone-Faced Bob, and you know what Stone-Faced Bob's going to try and do.
Yeah.
He's going to try and shank you again. Right, so he has 5 dice. He's lost 1 dice to the shot pool. He needs to have a move It needs to have a 1 to get rid of, I need 2 1s because I'm pinned.
Yeah.
So to do this I need to have 2 1s. So let's roll my dice and see if I can get 2 1s. Well, that worked out alright. So I've got 1 1 6 2 and a 4. So I'm going to spend the first to unpin myself and move 1 inch. And then I'm going to move and attack with a 6 and 1 stabbiness. So that'll be 3 dice. So I don't think I can roll anything less than 1 inch. So we're just going to say we're in there. So I have 3 dice.
Yeah.
You have however many are in your pool -3, but you can't go below 0, I don't think. We'll double check that.
Well, that would take me down to 0.
Right, so we're just going to have a quick look at the brawling rules to see what happens when you go down to 0. Let's have a quick check of that. Right, so there they are, having a brawl at the back of the bank. So we've just had a look, and you always have at least 1 dice. So because Bill the Younger has only got 3 action dice, and he gets -3 from his action dice pool, that takes him to 0, but means he has 1. And I have the 3 dice because I've got the 6, and I have a stabby dice as well. So we're going to roll that and see what happens and work out what the result of this fight is. Right, so I got a 3, a 5 and a 6, so that's 2, and Steve got a 3, so that is another win by 2. So that is the same result as last time. Inflict 2 shock on the losing character and move them 2 inches directly away from the direction of the attack. So he is now down to 1 dice.
Yep.
So I will move him 2 inches away, that is everything which Stoneface Bob can do, who is doing work with his knife, isn't he?
Is.
We laughed about bringing a knife to a gunfight, but this is working out all right. Yes, I am. I'm ready. So let's see who's going to go next.
It's Chaparral Jack.
Chaparral Jack with his 1 dice.
No,
with his 5 dice.
His 5 dice.
So he still has Twitchy Harris sighted, doesn't he? That's what we've got here. So let's see what Steve can roll.
Right. 2 6s.
Oof.
2.
A 4 and a 3. We'll have a quick look and see what he's going to do, and I'll come back in a second. Just having a fun discussion about the fact that Steve is actually, at the end of this turn, at the moment with his shot pool as it is, his ride or die will be down to 0 and he will run away. And I've just told him that he should use one of those 6s to get the 1 out of his shot pool back for Chaparral Jack. But that's not happening, is it, Steve?
No.
No. You're going to go shoot people in the face, aren't you, Steve?
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone is going to die.
Someone is going to die tonight. So we'll turn the camera off again, a little bit more thinking. We'll come back when the murder target has been chosen. So, Steve, pronounce.
I'm going to turn one of these 6s into a move.
Okay.
And the other 6 into a shoot.
Okay, cool. Right, so let's get that move dice rolled. Whereabouts are you aiming to reach?
I'm going to burst. This is important. I'm bursting.
You're going to get a 1 like me.
I'm bursting into the hall.
Yep. Burst. Do it.
11.
Plenty. So that means you're going to go straight up into our faces.
Yeah.
Because you didn't say you were stopping anywhere.
Yeah.
Right, we're going shaky cam for this because this deserves shaky cam. Look at that, he's charged in. I have no bonanzas in there, so I can't interrupt, which is, oh my goodness.
Do I need to spot 6 gun?
No, there's no need for spotting anyone right now.
Right,
Not in that situation.
So I've got 1 shot aimed.
Okay, so that's going to be +2.
+2.
Yeah. So let's see what there is. So 1 with a +2. 5. So you do hit. So I'm going to need to roll a dodge dice. So I'll get that done. I'm back in a second. And look at that. Beep, 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 beep. I managed to dodge. So what that's going to mean is that he is going to dive, roll out of that back door and hide inside the privy. Can't get him in there. Head first in the privy.
Right.
There we are. There he is. Look at him. There he is. He's hiding in the privy and he is pinned. So let's grab that pin token, which we don't need anymore. So he is pinned and he dived out through the back door.
So I've got 1 more shot.
1 more shot.
Can I shoot at?
Yes, of course you can. And it is going to be at +1.
Yeah.
6. So I need to roll another dodge. Come on, Twitchy. I do not dodge. Oh no! So we'll have a quick look at the book and see what a 6 means. So a 6 means I move 1 into the shock pool and I lose 1 permanently. So yeah, good shooting, sir. Good shooting.
Okay.
That was a great move, Steve. I love it. This game seems to really reward those kind of cool cinematic plays, doesn't it? You burst in through the doors, six guns roaring, and empty your gun. You've emptied your gun, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Empty your gun into the 2 people inside there. Very, very cool. Right. So who's going to go next?
Next, it's...
Oh, it is 6-shot Mackenzie, who is pinned face first in the toilet.
Yeah, lovely.
Right, there it is. So let's see if we can get his head out of the muck. Let's see what happens with this roll. He's only got 2 action dice. So I did get my 1, so I can unpin myself and stand up, and I'm going to wipe the muck off my face. But that is all I can do.
Cool.
Right then,
Next.
who's yet to go? Is this the last one?
This is Bill Younger.
Bill the Younger with 1 action dice,
dice,
but 3 ammo, and Stone-Faced Bob stood right in front of him. So let's see what you can get with your 1 dice.
4.
Which is what you want. It's a shoot.
Yep.
So you can shoot at +1.
Right, so...
And this could make it a
okay.
draw. Yeah, just use that, it's fine. You get a 5.
5.
So that's a hit.
Yeah.
So I need to try and dodge. I do dodge. That makes it a win to me and not a loss.
Yep.
So I'm going to dodge around the corner, place my pinned, and that is the end of the turn. That's the last game, so last player. So we'll just have an assessment of our ride or die. Let's see what happens. So first of all, let's look at me, and I have 7 dice in my shock pool. So I still have 1 remaining because you take 2 off for each whole one. However, Steve has 8, so that is 4. So because he still has a gunslinger, that means that he can roll 3 dice, and he needs to get at least 1 6 for the game to continue. So let's see what Steve does. Nope, no 6s. So that means that you break and run.
Yep.
Very good game, sir.
Yes, yeah.
We will tidy up and then do a very quick summary after report thingy for camera. I hope you've really enjoyed watching this as much as we've enjoyed playing it, but we'll wrap up and discuss what we think in a minute. Right, so there we are. What a game. What were your thoughts, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, it was good fun. It was a lot of good fun. Once we sorted out the shooting,
that made a big difference to the outcome. I think I would have lost if we'd have got the shooting right from the beginning.
Yeah,
definitely feel that the case. But that's what happens sometimes, isn't it? With new games, you have to learn as you go.
Play through to learn them.
Yeah.
I think the only thing missing for me was some form of suppressing fire.
Yeah, so you were saying, so while you're dashing across a street, you can kind of fire your 6-shooter in the direction.
Not really aimed, but just stopping
the bonanza.
The bonanza, or cutting its effectiveness down.
I can see the value of that. Yeah, I can see the point you're making. The bonanza certainly did have quite an impact. It was quite a nice little way of playing, and what I quite liked, and the thing I really enjoyed, was those cinematic moments. So when you burst into the strip club, 6-shooter blazing, emptied all your barrels, and my guy's 6-shot ended up face down in the toilet behind the that's such a cinematic cool moment that I'm going to laugh about for quite a little while, I think. And that was my biggest takeaway, was how the game rewards those kind of crazy, let's go in and you can tell a really funny story.
Well, you are a crazy man.
Well, what can I say? So who do you think your MVP was overall?
I think probably Chaparral Jack.
Yeah, he did work, didn't he?
He's got himself kind of hunkered down, and
he ended up with 11 bullets in his gun and not having done much, did he?
Yeah, well, he emptied one of them, but it became a bit of a game of waiting for somebody to make a dash.
And
somewhere.
who made a dash but Stone-Faced Bob?
He
I mean,
did.
he did work for me, didn't he?
He did.
With that shiv of his.
Yeah.
I think he was definitely my MVP. I mean, Six Shot was just running around in his flashy shirt and flashy pants shooting in the air, frankly,
Yeah.
wasn't he? He was...
And putting his head down the loo.
And yeah, flushing his head down the toilet, which maybe means next term he'll be a little bit more mature. But definitely for me, I think Stone-Faced Bob was MVP for me. Right, so we really enjoyed that. I hope that you really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the game, if you've played it, if you are interested, and if you want to see more videos. Hopefully Steve will come up to me and maybe we'll get another game and maybe we'll film it and get it all correct.
I think definitely we'll have
time.
another game.
Yeah, and I'm hoping also to get Angela to play it, because that is maybe with slightly fewer points, so it's a bit quicker, but that is a real quick game. It flows well. The filming slows it down a little bit, but the actual game is quite sharp, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think having a better grasp of the rules,
Yes.
we wouldn't be checking so many things.
Absolutely. But really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. And as I always say, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay well.